It doesn't even look the same. My yard doesn't even look the same. Oh, wow.
So we got the whole area laid out. The next step is to mark this out. So we've got an 8x11 ecosystem paradise pond kit. Now this is our #1 pond kit, whether you're a DIYer or a contractor. And I think for this area, it's perfect. It gets out there. This feels 3 times higher once that berm gets out here. As we start dropping bigger boulders in here, creating a pool in this area, it's gonna feel so much bigger. In my mind, we're gonna take one of these big giant flat rocks that I saw, bring it right up into here, so Rhonda or John could sit here, put their feet on one of these destination boulders, and then our water be right down in there. We're building our waterfalls, and I think our waterfalls are our signature on every pond, right? And it's really like kind of your fingerprint signature, whatever you wanted to call it. And here I'm trying to do something more creative. I'm also trying to keep in mind what size pump we're using. So we're using a 3,000 gallon per hour pump, which technically says I can build a waterfall about 2 feet wide. What I like to do is like choke it way down, because then we get that thick water coming over, which gives us a more pleasant gurgling, babbling brook type sound, which is really important when you're sitting right next to the pond. We don't want a high treble sound, we want a deep bass gurgle type sound. So what I'm hoping is gonna happen, and I'm going against everything we really teach people to do, normally we would take a rock like this, get it level, so water comes off of it evenly. I'm actually pitching this rock slightly backwards, hoping that when we turn this on, I can get water to kind of crest up this rock just a little bit, and then pitching it slightly this way so it drops onto this guy before coming back into the pond. So every waterfall, and some of you guys that have seen the channel before know how simple it is to actually build a waterfall. If you just break it down to three rocks. Big rock on one side, that's called my frame rock. My spill stone in the middle, and then I'll get a big rock here. The idea of the big rock on either side is to channel that water to fall in between. The fewer rocks you can use, the more natural it's gonna look every time. I start piecing this together with a bunch of little stuff, it's gonna look man-made.
Oh, with it.
And now, as Greg likes to say, the Christmas lights on the Christmas tree. It's the last 10%, bringing in all these plants. So I see some asparagus ferns, I see some mondo grass, I see different sedums. We've got these little ferns that we've tucked in here and there. We've got our beach being kind of finished up over in this space. The whole area is just looking so good. Not so bad. You guys, couple hours. Boom.
It was totally worth it. We delivered on so many different levels. The destination boulders, the bird-loving stream, the killer waterfalls, the shape of the pond. It really just totally takes this space to its fullest potential.
And then what do they say in that show?
Move that bus?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It doesn't even look the same. My yard doesn't even look the same. Oh, wow.
This is amazing. What a gift. What a gift. Oh my god. Oh, success. Oh my god. You come here too. Wow. Wow. This is way beyond. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't imagining anything like this.
Good morning, Rhonda.
Good morning, Jason. Thanks for coming over.
Of course, yeah. So guys, wanted to introduce you to Rhonda. So if you have not seen her on social media, she is basically our co-manager at the nursery and my specialist when it comes to the pond stuff. So she is basically your ever desired need question when you come into the garden center. And she basically orders and keeps us going when it comes to constructing and building these things. So she supplies Sean, keeps him busy as can be. So we just wanted to stop by. We did this project when, in January?
January 29th.
So did January 29th.
Yes.
Rhonda here got to receive an awesome pond in her backyard this year. And the idea of that was she's been selling ponds now for us over 4 years. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to go ahead and give her an opportunity to have it and experience it in the backyard. Just tell us a little bit about how it's gone.
Yeah, so we've always enjoyed this backyard space. We always have called it our paradise. It has a lot of shade, a lot of beautiful plants, so we always thought it was a beautiful spot. This spot, however, in the back was a little bit of a dead space, and I had kind of tried to fill it up with some plants. But the pond has completely ramped that paradise up by, like 1,000 times. The sound of the water, of course the fish, and then the pond was built specifically to attract birds. And so we've got a bird beach,
Yep.
some rocks that are placed specifically for...
Hopefully we have some of that you can cut to, John, because these guys worked really hard. So it was like me, Sean, Nick, Tim, and then the Aquascape crew. So the Aquascape crew wanted to come and do a little footage of their own to show people how you can build like a smaller feature. And basically it's turned out amazing. So we've got these awesome bird bath areas like the beach that comes in, at the stream, at the pond. They come up at the top here. You can kind of see how it's a very wide and kind of slow running waterfall. That's all intentional so that the birds love it. She's already got, I've seen, the sun hasn't even come up all the way yet, and I've already seen 20 birds in this backyard. Lots of cardinals already, and I think we're kind of irritating them because we're in their way. They want to get in here, get their food. So Rhonda this morning, the first thing she did, I came here around 6:30. First thing she did is she opened up her garage with a big old 1 gallon jug full of bird seed. She comes out every morning and fills up like 12 different bird feeders. Is it even does the food last by the time you get home?
So I usually do it every day. So I just give them a little bit in each container every day. And yeah, I have to do it every morning. Yep.
Craziness. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's a bird advocate, right? So she loves it, and this has turned out great, right? Has it enhanced the birds? Do you have any new species or anything?
I have seen new birds since we put the pond in. New birds are coming that I didn't recognize. And then we've got our old favorites like the cardinals and the chickadees, that kind of stuff. But I've got some new different kinds that are here too. So it's been really cool to sit out here and watch them. In the afternoons they'll come and bathe. So that's really fun to watch for sure.
That is cool. That is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just love how the crew they were able to like kind of hone in on, what's my passion, and sort of build something that's beautiful and that's kind of suits my lifestyle and my desire, like my heart's desire. So that was really cool. I loved that special personal touch. And so, I'm just a huge advocate of, Aquascape. The contractors that are trained by Aquascape, they just kind of know how to build something that's, a work of art, that's personalized, and they use your space so wisely. This was not a very big space, but they made it look huge and beautiful, sounds amazing. It was just really fun to see what they did based on what our needs were.
I'm glad you liked it, because what we did, guys, is we were like, I didn't know this. Brian from Aquascape, when we got the project started that morning, I had a concept, and he actually agreed with what we were going to put the water feature. And we were like, all right, Rhonda, you have to go inside. You don't get to be out here. And I think Rhonda was expecting to be in the hole with us all day long. So that was a little upsetting for her, having to like close her curtains and be here all day but not be part of it, because she's a doer. And we changed it. So we just completely reversed where the waterfall goes, everything. And so by the time they came out, it was a totally different project, but totally worth it. It has fit this space beautifully. And that's what happens when you have Sean, an artist, Brian, an artist, Chris, an artist, all working on it together. A lot of cooks that were in this kitchen during this build right here. So
yeah, you can really tell, because it just blew our mind when we first saw it.
Yep.
We just were stunned at what it looked like.
So if any of you guys have actually seen her and had asked her questions at the nursery, just imagine what she's gonna be able to answer now. After another year of having this in her backyard, the experience level, birds, you'll see little details. If somebody's learning how to build a pond, you can kind of share those details that were successful. Sure. And you're gonna find things that aren't successful too. Like you were just noticing this morning how we were worried about the fish, but there's so many spots. Yes. Even without a fish tunnel in this one, there's so many spots they can hide. So have fun with this, Rhonda.
Thank you, Jason. I love it. We love it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yep. Now you're really part of the family. You got the pond.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you. Love it.
All right, guys. See you in the next video.
Bye-bye.